During the Mahabharata, there was a king in Manipur, a devotee of Shiva. Pleased by his devotion, Shiva grants the king a boon that he will only beget sons. So, when a daughter is born to him, the king decides to raise her as a son. The princess learns archery, the art of war, and the rules of governance. Arjuna, in the midst of his 12-year exile, and having taken a vow of celibacy, travels far and wide, at last arriving in Manipur. And this is where our play begins.
Present day Manipur, 3000 BC. Something has recently changed in Chitra, the mighty princess of Manipur. She was no longer herself lately, and as much as she would hate to admit, she was in love and she was angry. Such was her anguish that she couldn't sleep anymore, and thus she travels far till she reaches the heavenly abode of Madana, the god of love. And then are you the Lord of Love?
Yes, I am he, one who is born in the heart of Brahma. I bind in the bonds of pain and bliss, in the hearts of men and women. Who are you? And what is it that you want from me?
I am Chitra, the daughter of the royal house of Manipur. My lord, let me tell you why I have come to see you. One day, I was taking a stroll through the forest by the banks of the Purna river when I noticed a man lying before me on a bed of dry leaves. I asked him to move aside. He did not listen to me. Then I, with the end of my bow, pricked him content.
Ouch!
He leapt up straight. He looked amusedly at me. Perhaps because I was wearing a man's attire, or did I indeed look like a prude boy? But then something changed. Madana, something changed. For the first time in my life, I felt like a woman.
Bravo, bravo, you did it again. Oh Brahma, oh Father, aren't you proud of me? The auspicious hour. I teach a man or a woman how to know themselves. Carry on, my child. Carry on. What next?
I looked at him with awe and asked, "Who are you?" To which he replied,
I am Arjuna.
I stood there with my eyes transfixed on him. Could this really be him? The idol of my dreams? Yes, it could be, because the last I heard was that Arjuna, along with his brothers, had sworn to spend 12 years in celibacy. As I was lost in my doldrums, he suddenly vanished through the trees. The next day, I stripped off all my manly overalls and donned anklets, bracelets, and a waistband. I wore a pink silk sari and hastened to the forest where I saw Archana in the temple of Lord Shiva. Shame fell upon me like a thunderbolt, but I still stood there, unshattered, like a man. Only his last words I remember, as they pierce me deep like hot needles.
I have taken a vow of celibacy. I'm not fit to be your man.
Ouch! That must have hurt.
The words of a man? My Lord, teach me your lessons. Give me the power of the fairer sex and make me beautiful in the most conventional way.
My child, I, Madana, give you my word that the world-conquering Arjuna will beg you to sleep with you. Let me rephrase that better. I, Madana, solemnly promising that the world-conquering Arjuna will beg you to marriage and eventually sleep with you.
And thus left Chitra, anxious, confused, and with butterflies in her stomach. Tonight, at the edge of the lake by the Shiva temple, she will get a new body, endowed with the perfect curves and the pale skin that men desire. But little did she know the man she loves was nearer than she thought.
Was I dreaming? Or was I high on the leaves of cannabis? Sitting on this mossy green, I reminisce my bygone years when, slowly but surely, from the sloping darkness came an appropriation of beauty in the perfect form of a woman. Draped in thin white cotton, engulfed her loosely like the early morning mist of the northern hills, revealing the contours of the perfect body that lied underneath. She stood by the edge of the lake, the water acting like a shining mirror, and she seemed surprised by her own beauty. She caressed both her bare arms, unloosened her hair and let it fall back, unhindered. She felt her bosom and marveled at their sensuous perfection, so flawlessly modeled. She touched the outlines of her waist, her exposed limbs, and felt the tender bloom and blush of her skin. She ran her finger across her luscious lower lip and smiled with a gleam in her eyes. But then, like the wind changes its directions, she stopped. Her smile obliterated into a quiet sadness. Her eyes watered. In a quick motion, she bound up her tresses, lowered her arms, and sighed deeply. And then, like a graceful evening makes way for the night, she faded into the darkness, leaving a lingering sadness in her surroundings. Who is it? Who is that who comes? Krishna. Shh. Quiet. Fear not, my lady. I am a Kshatriya.
Honored sir, you are my guest. And if you stop looking at my breast.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. I said, you are my honored guest. I live in this temple.
If you don't mind, can I ask you a question?
By all means, please ask.
Are you unmarried? What vow banishes you to this temple when men everywhere would be looking to bed you? I mean, wed you.
I'm saving myself for someone special. And for the fulfillment of which, I offer daily prayers to Lord Shiva.
Who's the lucky man who has captured your heart?
How do you know it's a man and not a woman? That was a joke, dear sir. He is a man indeed.
And thus they flirted like the moon and the sun. As one shone, the other weaned, never giving in to each other. And then finally Arjuna, smitten by the reincarnated beauty, surrendered and confessed of his love in the silence of the woods. A few days later, Chitra is back again at Madana's abode. Why? Didn't she get what she exactly wanted? Or did she?
No, I can't. Oh, Madana, what fearful flame you have enwrapped me into.
You summoned my child. What happened last night?
Last night, I lay half draped on a grassy bed, strewn by the petal of flowers, and recollected the praises of my beauty bestowed upon me by my Arjuna. The history of my past life was completely erased. I felt like a flower, unplucked and untarnished. The southern breeze caressed me to sleep under the flowering malati tree. My hair, my neck, my breast and my limbs. Each flower chose a bed to die on. I slept blissfully. When in the darkest hour of the night, I felt a powerful gaze touching me from head to toe. Startled, I got up and saw Arjuna sitting beside me. And then I looked into his eyes, which was piercing under my thin nightly attire, craving for what is beneath. I forgot everything and said, take me, my lord, take my all.
Chitra, it is like honey to my ears, oh Chitra. What happened next?
And in the morning, I saw him lay asleep with a pleasant smile on his face.
Of course, of course.
But then I looked around me and I saw the same old earth, the same old dust. And I ran. I ran away from him. I ran so that I can hide this fair and lovely My own body has become my own rival. Do you know how hateful and tedious it is to deck this body every day and send it to my beloved? Only to see him caress this body and not me. Oh, Madana, it is not me. Wipe off it, this fake beauty, and give me my true self. Dark, but real. Unattractive, but pure.
I can. But if I do, how will you stand up to your lover to snatch away the drink when he has barely even tasted it for one day? Isn't that cruel?
Let it be. Let it be, Madana. In this world, where men judge women on their external beauty, I will stand up and show my true self to him.
So be it. With the advent of autumn, when the flowering season is over, this external beauty will shed itself of you. But till that time, go back to your festival. Young lass, have some fun!
The winds chirped and the birds gushed. The sun bloomed and the flowers shone. As spring blossomed on earth, so did the love between Chitra and Arjun. But while the gods smirked at their discourse, the two mortals revelled in each other, in the present and the now, attaining the coveted nirvana sought by their sages over the ages.
Why do you watch me like that?
I watch how you weave this garland to perfection.
And what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, with the same lightness and grace, you're weaving my days in exile into an immortal wealth. To crown me when I return home.
Home? But this love is not for home.
Not for a home?
No. Take to your home the one who's strong. Leave this wildflower here, where it is born. Leave it to die its death beautifully under the fading blossoms and decaying leaves.
Is ours that kind of love?
Yes. Are you regretting? The one which is meant for leisure days has to come to an end. Take me in your arms and make sweet, sweet love to me.
My love, can you hear the sound of the prayer bells from the distant village among the silent hum of the trees?
Yes, I do. I do.
As the time passed by, came in the darkened sky, came in the time when the peacock sang, came in the time when the thunders rang, and as the animals ran for cover, something somewhere seemed to be getting over. Arjun and Chitra, Chitra and Arjun. Will they last the beautiful monsoon?
What are you thinking, Arjuna?
I'm thinking of going on a hunt today. See how the rain pours in torrents and beats across the hillsides. On such a rainy day, my 4 brothers and I used to go chasing wild beasts in the Chitraka forest. Some good times they were. Woods surrounded by the scream of 100 peacocks. And the timid deer could not hear our approaching footsteps. The restless child in me misses those bygone days. My love, I'd always wanted to ask. Have you no home? No family?
Why the sudden inquisitiveness? Hours of mad unthinking love over? I'm no more what you see before you.
That is why you always seem to elude me. My heart is unsatisfied. My mind has no peace.
Why this vain effort of keeping a tint of cloud? When you know it will just slip off one day.
Do not hope to pacify love with airy nothings, my dear. Give me something to hold on to. Something that lasts longer than pleasure.
This year is not undone. But this body, its days are numbered. Press it dry of honey and satiate your thirst.
Tonight is the last night. Let her beauty burn the brightest tonight, like the final flicker of a dying flame. Let her spend the night in the arms of a lover.
Soon it was time for autumn, and as if in the blink of an eye, the grass was no longer green. The birds can no longer be seen. It seemed the world has changed from a beautiful dream to a melancholic scream. As the earth was slowly going into slumber, two souls at a tiny hut by the temple of Shiva were slowly waking up.
What happened, Arjuna? Why are you pacing up and down?
I'm wondering what kind of a woman Princess Chitra might be. I heard many stories of her today.
Oh, Chitra. I have seen her. She has no lovely eyes like me, tender lips, and bosom. What you love.
But I've heard in valor she's a man, and in tenderness she's a woman.
I would say that is the greatest misfortune. When a woman is merely a woman, she's served by the heart of many men. Let us leave that. Come, let's go to bed.
Not today, my love. I've heard a horde of barbaric robbers have come to loot and plunder the village. I must go protect the villagers.
You don't have to worry about that. Princess Chitra had made all arrangements before she left.
Yet permit me for a short while to do my Kshatriya dharma.
What occupies your mind today? Chitra?
Yes. It was Chitra. For the fulfillment of what vow would she abandon her people? My heart is restless, fair one. Come with me, let us both ride away on our swift horses side by side, away from this stubborn green gloom.
Arjuna, tell me something. Today, by some magic, if I am able to free myself from this voluptuous, perfect embodiment of a woman and fling it off my soul, like we do it with used clothes, will you be able to take it? No, Arjuna, no. You cannot endure it.
I never seem to know you fully. You seem to be a woman of many masks. Thus, my love always feels unsatisfied. incomplete.
So be it.
My lord, has the cup been drained from the last drop? Is this really the end? No. When all is done, there's something that still remains. And this is my last sacrifice at your feet. I'm no longer perfect with those extended eyelashes, luscious red lips, and skin that glistens in the darkest of nights. My body, unwomanly without those erotic curves. My garments are unkempt and dirty, not like those of a woman. My feet are rough. I'm a traveler of the great world path. Where will I achieve perfect womanly beauty? All I have to offer is my heart, the heart of a woman, and all that goes with it. I am Chitra, the daughter of the king of Manipur. Yes, my lord, I am that woman who came loaded with ornaments on her manly body. I am her. And the flower you smelled for the past year was a disguise brought upon by the boons of gods. That is not me. If you choose to abandon me, I will raise our child by myself and sing praises of you to him. I'll bring him up like a second Arjun and send him to you when you need him. But if you choose to have me, I'll stand by your side as your Ardhangini, like the greatest women have from time before time. Today, in this auspicious hour, as the Virgin Virgo ascends the sky, I present to you Chitra, a woman in manly clothes.
Chitra! May our union be an epitome for generations to come. When the time comes that women are loved, shamed, maligned or judged only for their external appearance, may the world say that once upon a time there was Chitra and Arjuna, a beautiful union of a man and a woman.